What's up everybody, I'm SubPhex. Today we're gonna go through the project file of my song Disco Domination from Epileptic Factory Volume 1 Alpha that we just released. You should check that out later. Let's go into the project. Okay, so this is the actual track. This is the whole layout, the whole thing. Here you see the intro part, the first build up, first drop, second verse, second build up, second drop, and the outro. Nothing like way too complicated. I made this song with the intention of like mixing up the disco genre with some heavy bass stuff. So like to create the whole feeling of disco, I have like this mixture of these samples. The last one gives it like this old school vibe, so when you put them all together, then there's the bass, the most important thing, bouncy bass line. And then I have like this really weird, funny ARP. As always, I pay a lot of attention to my drums, so it's just a mixture of a bunch of hi-hats, percussion, samples. I got a bunch of crashes and reverse things going on, so the drum beat is pretty tight on its own too. So yeah, it kind of builds up the theme from the beginning and then we transition into the drop. The disco feeling gets a bit amplified and it gets a little spacey. And then I have this this build up, and then I do these voice chops. Got a couple of risers going on, two different types. One of them is a bit modulated, the other one is kind of like a noise thing. And then the drop is where all the fun stuff begins, pretty much. On the drop, I am doing a couple of things. I like to make drops that are kind of layer based, so I sometimes separate them in frequency range. I haven't done it on this one because it wasn't necessary, but I would have if there were like more layers. So I have these high thingies. This is like in the higher frequencies, and then I have the main lower wubs. And then like thing that makes it bounce more is just this little laser thingy in the background. And then I layer all of those things together and then I add some sub. Turns out pretty cool. Also notice I have my sidechain on, because that's because kicks do a lot of the groove here too. The drop bounces off of the kick groove and vice versa. On the second part of the drop, I just accelerate it a bit more. I give it these rides, and then there is this awesome vocal loop. This time mostly sample processing. I have my mixer up here so you can see as well. Bunch of tracks, bunch of stuff happening. I like to use multipass and just distort the samples in different ways. And then you do heavy compression to make those sounds hit way harder. On every single drop that I do, I use two compressors, and I also do the sides separately. This is for the music nerds. Most of you probably don't give a fuck, but hey, I want to put this in. And then the verse 2 is reintroducing the theme pretty much. And drop 2, first you have the dubstep groove. The second part I do kind of the same thing, but I add this breakbeat loop because I love breakbeat. And then we just ease off into a different variation of the verse as the outro. In variation, I mean I just took some elements away so that it fades out nicely. I also have an atmosphere going behind the track almost in every part. Anyways, this song is real cool. I'm real proud of it. Bunch of layers here, bunch of drops, bunch of different stuff, whatever. Super satisfied with how this track turned out. So hey, hope you enjoyed this quick little walkthrough. Be sure to check out Epileptic Factory Volume 1. There's fucking 4 awesome songs in there. You need to hear them. Bunch of creative variations of house, mid-tempo, and bass house. You should get into it right now. Thanks for watching.